Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm really happy you're here today because we're doing one of my favorite things, and I think it's one of your favorites as well. We're going thrifting. Now, summer is quick approaching, so I want to start prepping for summer. I actually put together a marathon video from all of the decorating that I did last year in 2024 just for summer. Last year I kind of went overboard because I started the summer season with warm neutrals, and then I kind of transitioned into more of a blue theme, more of like a cottage look as the summer went on. So I did include both of those looks in the look back video. That way, if you're interested in getting some decorating inspiration for summer, whether you're a person who loves neutrals or if you like the blue and white look, there's something in that video for you. So I will link it below. Be sure and check that out. But once I had a chance to kind of look back and see what I did last year, I really got feeling like I wanted to head out to the thrift stores and find some new items and kind of freshen up my decor stash. That is something that I have. Decorating is my hobby. It's the thing that I spend money on. I'm not a huge shopper, except for when it comes to home decor. That's kind of my thing. So, you know, if you love decorating, you're definitely in the right place. I actually have 2 items already that I picked up while thrifting, which is kind of what got me going with this blue theme again this season. I cannot wait to get started. So we'll head to the thrift store, we'll see what's out there, and then we'll take a look at that and any other things I may find. So it is a beautiful day to go thrifting, friends. Today, the color that is the 50% off tag is orange. And unfortunately, spoiler alert, I did not find any orange tags today, but that's okay. I still had a great day. I always love to head up to the ceramics aisle and especially the kitchenware. I love finding vintage coffee mugs, plates, vases, all sorts of things that you can use in your kitchen as functional use, but also ones that make quite a statement for decor pieces. And there was quite a bit of blue and white today, and you'll have to forgive my thumb there in the top corner. I had apparently a flashback from the 80s where I forgot how to hold my camera. So many really pretty blue and white pieces. This one was pretty farmhouse, and I would have loved that years ago, but I always love searching through all of the different coffee mugs. This one had a really pretty floral blue and white pattern. And then I came across another really pretty blue mug that I thought would be perfect for my decorating. Home sweet home. What a nice thought. So the next thing I wanted to share with you is this jug. Now this was just sitting up on the top shelf. I can't believe somebody passed that by. I snagged that as quick as possible and stuck it in my cart. A few candles, but even though it was pretty, it did not pass the smell test. It was pretty awful. And we're just going to continue looking through the store for items that fit my blue color scheme. So I hope you guys enjoy shopping along with me. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you are someone who thrifts often or if you are new to thrifting. Now, after I looked at the artwork, I came across this wicker trunk. This reminds me of the one that I have in my living room right now. I love finding pieces like this. If I didn't already have one, this would have definitely come home with me. I had really considered taking this coat rack home. In fact, if it was on the 50% off sale, I absolutely would have. These types of items are definitely making a comeback, these old style functional pieces. And then I took a look at the metals section. I liked the idea of this scalloped candle holder. It was from Party Light, and I actually used to have Party Light parties at my house all the time when I was newly married. Used to love the Party Light items. And then I came across this interesting bird feeder, I believe it was. I loved the idea of it. I think either it was a bird feeder or a candle now that I'm looking at it. I just didn't really love the design on the top. It would have been, I think, really pretty if it were painted a really pretty brass or hammered copper. And then they did have a bunch of lanterns as well as this interesting candle sconce. I probably would have grabbed this had there been 2 and used this out on my patio. Now this faux plant, I could not believe was $40. You guys, that is such a high price. This thing looked so fake. I would love to have a plant this size in my living room, but not for $40. Definitely not at Goodwill. Like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. Now, you guys, these beautiful ginger jars, I definitely regret not taking home with me. Look at the size of that one. It is massive. They are so pretty. They would have been beautiful in my hutch. And they were a little bit high priced, but they were probably worth it, I think. Sometimes that's the bad thing about editing these videos is that you have these regrets, and I know they're gone now. So definitely missed out on those. And this bowl was really beautiful, but I left that behind as well. I did check out the book section before I decided to head over to furniture again for one final pass. I thought this desk was really pretty and it was only $50. I'm a sucker for furniture. The problem is I just don't have any room for it. So sadly, this one was left behind as well.
Always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you.
Now, if I have time, I always make a quick run through the clothing section lately because now that I'm losing weight, I'm finding that I kind of do enjoy clothes shopping a little bit more than I used to. I needed a few summertime shirts and I came across a few really good options. I may have already shared my purchases with you in my weekend video, so check that out if you haven't already seen it. But after I had a chance to check out the clothing section, it was time to head back home. I would love to share with you what I picked up on today's thrift trip. So sometimes when you go thrifting, it's a bust and you only find one thing. Sometimes you find nothing, actually. And other times you do really good. I've got a bunch of items here behind me that I want to share with you because I feel like I did great. I knew exactly what I was looking for, and that is always helpful. This time around, I am not starting with neutrals for summer. I'm going to hop right into that blue cottage look. I feel like I went kind of neutral for spring. So I'm ready for like the color, especially the blue. Now, one of the things that I think is a great way to usher in that cottage vibe, especially if you're looking to keep things warm and welcoming, is Wicker. And when I saw this, now you got to hear me out on this because I do know that this is a toilet paper holder. However, it was only $3.99 and I love the warm tones of it. And I'm thinking if I remove the lid, I can use this as a floor almost like a vase. I could put really tall stems in here and put it near the fireplace. So I'm thinking that is something that I may want to try to do with this, but I thought this was really pretty. And for $3.99, it was a really great deal that even if it doesn't look good with florals in it, I'll just stick it in the bathroom and use it for toilet paper. But that was the first item that I wanted to start with because I love the idea of using wicker in the summer. I'm going to be trying to bring in a lot of glass, a lot of blue and white, obviously, and a lot of wicker and natural elements. And so this kind of played right into that scheme. So this was the first item, great deal at $3.99. Let's see what else I found. Now, the next item I came away with was this really cute scallop plate. I grabbed it at Goodwill. It was $2.98. The scallop detail is really popular right now, and I am really loving it. A lot of the items I have now are scalloped like this one. The color is a little light. It kind of does remind me of Easter, so I'm not sure if that's something that I'm going to use every year for summer, but I do have an idea that I want to use this in my coffee bar this year. I think it would be cute if I place it in my wicker tray or on any tray that I use and use like a little white creamer with some gold spoons and set that up in my coffee bar area for just a cute, cozy little vignette for the coffee station. So that's going in the kitchen. Love that blue. Let's move on and see what else I have. Now, I do want to bring in pops of yellow along with my blue. I did not do that last year. It was simply blue and white, but I think pops of yellow will work really well, especially because I have some Cosmos that have kind of a yellow, the inside of the flower is yellow, so I think that would be really pretty. And so when I came across this one for 99 cents at my local thrift store, I thought this was really cute because it does have the faintest hint of yellow there. The glazing is kind of cracked, and it looks like it might have been a mass-produced item, but I still like it, and it does have that little bit of hobnail texture to it that you guys know I always adore. So I thought this would be cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to hang this on my little rack by the front door, maybe on my hooks, or end up using this in my hutch. Either way, this is a really great neutral and probably is something that I can use for all year round decorating, but definitely gonna use it for summer this year. Now this next item I came across at Goodwill, it was $2.98, and I love that blue color. This is exactly the blue color that I was hoping to find when I started out the day thrifting today. There's a lot of different shades of blue and I'm not a fan of all of them, but this one that has a little bit more of a gray tint to it really does appeal to me. And so I thought this would be really pretty, maybe leaning up against my white backsplash in the kitchen. Maybe put it against my wood cutting boards and leave it as a vignette there with a candle in front. I think that would be really cute. I even could set this on the stovetop and use it for like a spoon rest if I wanted to. So many different options for this. If I wanted to, I could hang it by running some jute cord in there or even some ribbon and hanging this on my little hook rod. So a lot of different options, and this one was only $2.98. I thought it was a pretty good deal, and it's pretty substantial size, so I think it'll work well in the kitchen this year. Now, speaking of things that will work well in the kitchen is this Country Living cookbook. I don't know if I'm actually going to use the recipes for it, especially since I've been doing the carnivore diet for quite some time now. But the blue, again, is the exact blue that I had just mentioned, was perfect for what I was looking for. It's sort of like that stone gray blue. I don't really know how to describe it. I've actually heard it described as cornflower blue, and I think that is a really good description. So very pretty country cookbook, probably has some really great recipes in it, but I haven't checked yet. But this one I think is probably gonna end up either on my little shelf nook over where my coffee bar used to be, or leaning up against some cutting boards in the kitchen against the backsplash. It's a pretty good size, and I think I paid 99 cents for it. I'll have to look back at the videos to see where I picked it up because I can't remember if it was Goodwill or my local thrift store. And since we're talking about books, I did find another blue book. This one came from my local thrift store, so it was $1, and love that blue. It's actually a dictionary, which is kind of fun, but it's definitely old, and I love the spine on it. I love the colors. It's got some gold detailing on it, so that will work well. You could turn it around and use it with the pages showing, or you can use it as a riser like this. Both of those are pretty, or obviously stacked up the way a person normally would with books on a shelf. Either way, I love using books, and you guys saw that I also went antiquing recently, and I came away with this book, and this is one that I found at the antique store, and I think these pair really pretty together because they're two different shades of blue, and I love doing that with one color of different shades. It really does create a lot of depth and interest when you're using them in decor. Now, one thing I definitely don't need any more of is coffee mugs, but when I came across these at Goodwill, I couldn't leave them. I don't know what it is about them. They're so sweet, they're cute, and I love the print on them. They were $2 each. I did grab a set of 4, and I think they would be really great for, obviously, for drinking coffee. They're great for decorating because I think they would look really cute stacked up. So for example, I could set them like this in my hutch, or over on my coffee bar. I could hang them from my hooks over by my front entry. There's a lot of different uses for this. And lately I've even been seeing people use littler cups the way these are kind of little, put into like your glass flower container on your kitchen countertop and use it like as a scoop. I think that's really cute. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna end up styling these, but I loved the look of these. I actually put these back twice while I was in store. And finally, as I was heading to the register, I decided I could not leave the store without them. So I went back, I was hopeful that they would still be there, and they were, so I grabbed all 4. They did have the matching plates. I have so many blue and white plates, you guys, and the plates were not a complete set, so I didn't pick those up, but because I was able to get 4 of these, I thought this was a good deal. And even though I definitely don't need any more coffee mugs, like I said, I did come away with this one also. This is actually a Threshold mug. I'm not sure what year it was new in store, but I love that cornflower blue, and I do love the shape of this mug. There is just something about a short, wide mug that I enjoy drinking coffee from. So this one was $1.98, and I love the saying on it, home sweet home really speaks to me. That's what I'm all about here on my channel. So I thought this would be a great addition either to my decorating or just to use for coffee in the morning. Now, another element that I always love to bring in, especially in the summer season, like I had mentioned, is natural elements, specifically woven textures like wicker. And when I came across this basket at Goodwill, I definitely wanted to bring it home because of the structure. So I love the shape of it. It was $3.98, but the color is really pretty. but I love the fact that it has the handle. So if I wanted to, I could use this for serving. I could put, a couple of sets of either cups or napkins, silverware, things like that. I could use it for serving if I am entertaining, but I also could use this either on my island for florals, there's so many options when it comes to baskets. This would be great on a shelf for storage. And so when I came across this one, I thought this was a great deal, and it's going to really help me bring in a lot of those natural elements like I had been mentioning. Now, I do already have a ton of blue and white plates. In a previous video, I had mentioned that I left them behind in the thrift store because I just have a lot of them. But I came across this stack of plates and I did not leave them behind. They're white, but the reason why I grabbed them is because they have yellow and blue. I don't know if you can tell on the stars, but it's a yellow star or maybe gold, but has a blue outline. And I thought these were really, really beautiful. They are made in the USA, sterling China. Let me turn it around so that I can show you what the maker's mark says. I have not looked these up, so I don't know if these are valuable, but I think they're valuable, and I only paid $3.99 for 6 of them. So I thought that was a really good deal. These would be great stacked over in my coffee area with a few maybe napkins or a little spoon on top, just something that kind of hints at coffee and entertaining. I love to stack plates in my hutch, so they may end up over there. And they also would be great for serving. They're good little dessert plates too. So thought that was a great find. They're quite heavy and they're pretty substantial. So for $3.99 for a set of 6, I thought that was a great deal. So the last few items that I picked up were thrifted books that I bought with the intent of using them as coffee table books for styling. And they don't look like much with the dust cover on. This one about Versailles is pretty large, but the reason I got it is because when I opened it up, I absolutely loved the color of this. And take a look at the words on the side. They have a really pretty font to them and that I thought would help me kind of bring in a little bit of depth. One of the things that I am trying not to do is too much white with the blue. I think it's important to have a little bit of color and depth when you are decorating because it gives your eye a chance to rest. And so placing this as a base on a coffee table with maybe a light colored vase on top would be a really pretty way to go. So I really did like that one. And then I also picked up this, the Four Seasons cookbook. I grabbed this one at my local thrift shop as well. Again, the dust cover doesn't do much. It doesn't look like much at all. However, when you take the jacket off, it is a really beautiful neutral color with really pretty gold writing on the side. This kind of reminds me of the book box that I picked up at Target recently. That one's for storage. This is an actual cookbook. And even the front of it has some neutral pretty design on it. So if I decided I wanted that to show, that would be a good way to go as well. But I definitely love the linen look of the spine, and I thought that was a really good find for $1. So you guys, I had put my camera away and was starting to put everything away, and I looked down and at my feet, I had this one final item. This is the one that I was the most excited to share and completely forgot to even include it in the video. So I'm back and I wanted to share this with you really quickly because this was a steal. When I saw it on the shelf, I definitely ran to get it. It is this amazing jug. This is a stoneware jug. I paid $7 for this. Now, I cannot even believe it because something this size would be at the antique store for about $75. So that is a great deal. I can't believe somebody didn't grab that off the shelf before I got there because when I was there, it was like in the afternoon. So it sat there probably for a bit and everybody passed it by. So you never know. One person's trash is another person's treasure. And for me, that was an amazing find, a money saver because I've been wanting one for quite some time and I always pass them up at the antique store. So I'm happy to have this one. So now I'm going to cut away from Future Gen and go right back into the haul so that I can finish up today's video. So I'll see you back there. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the thrifting trip and haul today. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you got some inspiration. Be sure and check out the video below where I shared with you all of last year's summer decorating. And if you want more decorating inspiration, you're in the right place. Check out that video right there. It's a really good one.